On January 16, 2014, I was sitting on my bunk when inmate Jimmy Hurry, number K08763, hit me with a rock and sock on my head. This was during morning shift change. The officer came in and cuffed him. He then checked all the inmates and found Mark Cherry was also assaulted. More staff came and then cuffed me, Mark Cherry, and Jerry Lewis. We were all taken to the back of B-dorm. Inmates Hurry and Lewis were said to be the assaulters and me and Mark Cherry the victims. I then witnessed Sergeant Martin start beating inmate Lewis. Eventually, Sergeant Martin, Captain Sup, and Officer Koo assisted a few other officers that were called for emergency traffic. Captain Sup then told us,
"I don't care who did what, all of you are getting charges, but if you write anything but what I say, we'll beat your fucking asses till you need to go to the hospital."
I was then forced to write that I was assaulted and fought back in self-defense, which is untrue.
So Big Bad 1090 Jake never defended himself? Huh? What? Like, that doesn't make sense, right? I thought he was like fucking Mr. White Blood and therefore has to defend himself and has to be extra hard so people know that he's with the business. Like, that's always the narrative that he pushed, and clearly that was inaccurate, at least according to this paperwork, right?
Officer Koo, who wrote me a DRS, possession of weapon, assault on an inmate, lied on both statements.
Did he lie, Jakey? Did he lie? I mean, God, man, he was really getting the shit into the stick in there, wasn't he? Part of being a convict is lying to the cops and also not telling on the cops when they lie about you. It's kind of a mutual respect that both officers and inmates give each other. Them knowing that we lie to them gives them the right to lie about us.
He said he witnessed me assaulted with a lock tied to a sock and says that I struck another inmate with a rock in my hand. I was clearly hit with a rock which broke off on my head into pieces and spread pebbles of asphalt all over my property.
Really? You're gonna bitch and complain about asphalt getting all over your property, man? You're gonna act like you got something better to do than to clean that asphalt? These inmates are usually the ones who get targeted by older convicts.
And I am a victim in this case.
And I am a victim in this case.
And I am a victim in this case. I mean it. I'm a victim. Guys, it's not funny. I really was. I was assaulted by an inmate. Then threatened and blackmailed.
Now let's get this straight, man. The person you should really be upset with is yourself. You allowed yourself to get punked by a fucking CO. He didn't actually force you to write anything, man. Are you telling me that he grabbed your arm and forced you to write something? You need to be filing a grievance on yourself. Real penitentiary gang members do not submit to that kind of bullshit, man. They do not write what the cops want them to write or run the cops program at all.
This is the second grievance I've written, and I believe the first was thrown out by an officer. I have informed my family, who will be contacting Tallahassee investigators and getting a lawyer if I'm not released from confinement. I have been assaulted, threatened, and blackmailed, and am pending CM for charges I never committed. Please help me. Thank you.